The trigger won't pull. A police officer's finger is on the trigger. The suspect is charging with a knife, and the gun refuses to fire. New Jersey, March 2024. The smart pistol, programmed to only fire for its authorized user, just decided its owner wasn't authorized. 3 seconds of wrestling with the weapon before it finally recognized his fingerprint. The suspect was tackled by backup officers. The smart pistol that was supposed to make everyone safer almost got someone killed. This wasn't a prototype malfunction. This was the production model that passed every certification test. The technology that gun manufacturers promised would end accidental shootings, stop gun theft, and save thousands of lives. Except when officers started carrying them, something nobody predicted started happening. And what they discovered reveals why the gun that works perfectly in the lab keeps failing when people actually need it. 2019. Over 4,000 children gain access to unsecured firearms every single day in America. Accidental shootings kill 500 people annually. Stolen guns account for 380,000 crimes per year. Police officers lose their sidearms in struggles. 19 officers shot with their own weapons in 2018 alone. The problem was obvious. Too many unauthorized people can fire guns that don't belong to them. The solution seemed simple. Make guns recognize their owners. Biometric locks, fingerprint sensors, RFID chips, technology that transforms any firearm into a weapon that only works for authorized users. In 2023, 3 major manufacturers released smart pistols to the civilian market. By 2024, police departments started pilot programs. The technology worked flawlessly in every demonstration. Then real-world data started coming in, and the numbers told a story nobody wanted to hear. Lodestar works. The first smart pistol with commercial success. Biometric grip sensor reads your palm print in 0.3 seconds. On the range, it works perfectly every time. Authorization rate, 99.8%. Officers loved it during qualification courses. Then came street deployments. Chicago PD, October 2024. First month of testing. Authorization delays, 47 incidents. The gun hesitating for 1 to 3 seconds before firing. Doesn't sound like much, but officers reported something terrifying when you need the gun. Your hands are different. Sweaty palms from adrenaline, gloves in winter, blood on your hands during medical emergencies, stress-induced grip changes during life-threatening encounters. The biometric sensor that works perfectly during calm range practice fails when your physiology changes under stress. But manufacturers had a solution ready. They'd been working on it for years. Military-grade RFID authorization that doesn't rely on fingerprints or grip pressure at all? Problem solved. Until soldiers actually tried using it. BioFire Technologies, their solution. Where an RFID ring, gun communicates with ring wirelessly. No fingerprints needed, no grip sensors. Instant authorization as long as you're wearing the ring. Authorization time, 0.1 seconds. Military trials, Fort Bragg, January 2025. Special Forces testing smart pistols for hostage rescue operations. The technology worked brilliantly until the third day. Ring authorization failed during a simulated building breach. Then again during a water crossing exercise. Investigation revealed the problem. RFID signals don't penetrate water, metal, or dense materials. Your hand behind a concrete barrier? No signal. Wearing tactical gloves with metal threading? Signal blocked. River crossing with the ring submerged? Authorization fails. The system that eliminated biometric failures created electromagnetic ones. But that wasn't the worst discovery. Engineers found something that broke the entire concept, and it had nothing to do with technology. Smart pistols need power. Fingerprint sensors consume 50 milliwatts. RFID receivers use 30 milliwatts. display screens, processors, wireless communications. Every smart feature drains the battery. Biofires, battery life, 6 months, typical use. Sounds reasonable. Until you remember what typical use means. A police sidearm might sit in its holster for months without being drawn, but it needs to work instantly when drawn. So the authorization system stays active 24/7, constantly scanning for the user's biometric signature or RFID ring. That 6-month battery becomes 4 months in hot climates, 3 months in cold, 2 months if the officer trains regularly and the sensor activates repeatedly. Now add the unthinkable scenario. What happens when the battery dies during a crisis? Manufacturers included backup mechanical safeties, but those require manual deactivation. The gun that was supposed to be faster than traditional firearms now needs extra steps to function. Then testing revealed something worse than battery failure. DEFCON 2024. Security researchers demonstrate smart pistol vulnerabilities. First hack, RFID replay attack. Record the authorization signal from the owner's ring, replay it later. Authorization granted to anyone with a $40 device. Second hack, electromagnetic interference. A targeted EMP disabled the smart lock entirely. The gun either locks permanently or defaults to unlock depending on fail-safe design. Third hack, firmware exploitation. Smart pistols run software. Software has vulnerabilities. Researchers demonstrated remote unlocking of 3 major smart pistol brands using Bluetooth exploits. The gun designed to prevent unauthorized use became vulnerable to unauthorized access in ways traditional firearms never were. Manufacturers rushed to patch the vulnerabilities, but they couldn't patch the fundamental problem. Every smart feature is an attack surface. A mechanical pistol has 0 digital vulnerabilities. A smart pistol has dozens. And combat testing revealed the most damaging flaw yet. U.S. Army Field Testing 2025. Smart pistols deployed with infantry units in training scenarios. Week 1, authorization success rate 99.2%. Week 2, 97.8%. Week 4, 94.1%. The guns were failing more often the longer soldiers used them. Investigation found the cause: environmental degradation. Fingerprint sensors clogged with dust and carbon residue from firing. RFID antennas damaged by repeated impacts and drops. Circuit boards corroded by moisture and sweat. Traditional pistols get dirtier over time but keep functioning. They're mechanical systems with generous tolerances. Smart pistols get dirtier and stop functioning. They're electronic systems with precise requirements. After 30 days of field use, smart pistols require twice as much maintenance as traditional sidearms. After 60 days, authorization failure rates reached 15%. The Army terminated the program, not because the technology didn't work, because it worked perfectly until it didn't. And weapons that fail 15% of the time aren't weapons. But civilian manufacturers kept pushing forward. They had one final solution. Is the smart pistol the end of traditional handguns? No. But not because the technology failed. The technology works. It works brilliantly in controlled conditions with maintained equipment and calm users. It works for preventing children from firing unsecured weapons found in homes. It works for tracking stolen firearms through GPS integration. It works for applications where reliability doesn't mean life or death. What it doesn't work for is the moment someone actually needs to fire the gun. By 2025, smart pistols found their market, but it wasn't the military or police. Home defense weapons that spend 99% of their existence in a safe, range guns for casual shooters. Training pistols for new gun owners. Situations where a 3-second authorization delay or a 5% failure rate doesn't matter. Police departments quietly returned to traditional sidearms. The military rejected smart pistols for combat deployment. The reason wasn't technology resistance or unwillingness to adapt. it was mathematics. A traditional pistol fails mechanically less than 0.1% of the time with proper maintenance. Smart pistols fail electronically 5 to 15% of the time under field conditions, when your life depends on a tool. You choose the one that works 99.9% of the time over the one that works 85 to 95% of the time. That police officer in New Jersey who couldn't fire his weapon for 3 seconds. He went back to carrying a traditional Glock the next day, not because smart pistols are bad technology, because perfect technology that works 95% of the time loses to simple technology that works 99.9% of the time. The smart pistol didn't end traditional handguns. It proved why they can't be ended. Sometimes the dumbest gun is the smartest choice, and sometimes that 3-second delay is 3 seconds too long.